Sort of feels like the movie Seven.
Fincher movies like Seven.
Basically like if Batman wasn't Seven.
David Fincher's Seven in the Batman universe.
The tone of Seven.
Since every reviewer is comparing the Batman to Seven, I decided to do a proper comparison between the two. It's interesting because Seven in some ways killed the noir genre because every film that came after it was compared to it and lost. So if superhero films are going to replace all the movies we see in theaters, let's see if it's better. Found this random image off of Google and we're just gonna go off of that. First, we have the setting. This by far is the best Gotham we've ever seen. We see Batman's effect on the city. We see how damaged the city is. We see the corrupt police. However, even though Se7en City isn't even named, it's way more brutal. And we see the conditions through the characters. We see pedestrians, barbers, junkies, and most importantly, school teachers. I'm not gonna spoil Seven because if you haven't seen it, you have to watch it. It's incredible. But yeah, Seven definitely takes the setting category. Plot. If you haven't seen Seven, it's about two detectives tracking down a sadistic serial killer who left clues for them to find. So they're pretty close in terms of plot. They're both doing their best Blue's Clues impression. But Seven was more engaging in the beginning, mainly because of how brutal it is. It just grips you. So I'm gonna give it 7. Next we have cinematography. This is a hard one because Seven uses the idea that less is more, and David Fincher, the director, he's able to tell us so much about the relationships of the characters just by how they're placed in the frame. But the Batman just looks so damn good. It's amazing just how claustrophobic everything is with this super tight framing. You can't tell if the film is shot on film or digital. You can't tell. Some parts look like film, some parts don't. They did like this whole complex process. Yeah, I'm not even gonna try to act like I understand what's happening. They took the digital print of the movie and developed it to negative, but like, how do you develop digital movie? Like, doesn't it have to be filmed to be developed? I don't know, but the results speak for themselves. I'm definitely giving this to the Batman. It just looks so good. The lighting's actually pretty similar in both. They're both very dimly lit, have a lot of practical lights within the setting. It goes along with cinematography. So I'm just gonna give it to the Batman. Decor and clothing. This easily goes to Batman. I mean, it's kind of unfair, but look at the Batmobile. It's just so damn beautiful, just so damn good. It's like kind of realistic. It's just incredible. Pacing. I just love Seven's pacing. It starts by establishing everything and it just keeps on ramping up until the end. But the Batman is 3 hours long and it's paced well. I could go both ways on this one. You could argue there's too many detective scenes in the Batman, but I'm gonna give it to the Batman. Suspense. This hands down goes to Seven because who cares about the mayor? I don't know her name. I don't care about her. I'm not even gonna look her up. I mean, for a superhero film, it was very suspenseful, but compared to Seven, there's no way it's winning because you truly don't know how it's going to end. Because once something happens at the end, you just don't know what's next. Sound and music. Breaking this down, Seven definitely has the better sound because its ambience is so full of life. But the music can go either way. They're both really good. It's kind of personal taste. Batman does have that Nirvana song, but I'm gonna go with Seven for its ambiance. And it does have some pretty cool songs as well. Editing. I don't know much about editing. I mean, just look at my videos. But this goes to the Batman. The fact that children can pay attention for the whole time is pretty impressive. Character. The one problem I had with the Batman is it's not a standalone movie, and I feel like we're never gonna get like truly standalone movies anymore. We're obviously gonna get a trilogy because Batman's arc isn't completely done, because like even though he does change as a character, we don't see too much of that change. He's not vengeance anymore, he's hope. and we don't really see the actions of a hopeful Batman. I do think Vengeance, or whatever he calls himself, would have still saved the mayor at the end. And on a side note, I hated the inclusion of the Joker. It was such a pointless addition that just annoyed me. I don't know. I wish, like, the movie hints that Batman's like tempted, like they act like he's making a choice at the end by not choosing Catwoman or Selena Kyle or whatever, but like it obviously was not a choice. Like he wasn't really tempted. I don't know, but it definitely goes to 7. The characters all parallel each other so well. It's clearly better acting. Alright, hot take about the Batman. It had some corny scenes, like come on. Like, don't get me wrong, the acting was great all around. Everyone killed it. But sometimes Robert Pattinson was a little corny. But I'm glad it did it. I'm glad it went hard with the aesthetic. I'd rather get 100% instead of it holding back. It went there, so I do congratulate it. 7 has Morgan Freeman's best performance, and Kevin Spacey has like such little screen time. If you actually look at it, he's barely in the movie, but like when you see him, he is truly sick. Like the dude's a little too believable. I mean, he does touch kids, so anyways, the narrative structure easily goes to 7 with like the 7 deadly sins, all that. It's a cool little spin, cool way to structure the film. Themes. Again, since 7's able to be more brutal, it has darker themes, making it more of a noir and more nuanced. It's able to play with ideas much more. So yeah, I'm gonna give it 7. Direction. Batman has some good visual storytelling. It's able to tell us things without saying anything. There's some pretty cool parallels of the characters, and everything feels like it's in service to the story and its themes, which helps that 3-hour runtime. Well, everything but the Joker scene. But ignoring that, 7 has some incredible direction. The way David Fincher is able to take control of our eyes is just impressive. You'll miss the most important clues and they'll be right out front and center, and only catch them upon rewatch. Again, going back to what I was saying, how the characters are placed, how well they play off of one another, how you can just pull any scene from the film and know exactly how the characters are thinking, where they're placed. Batman does have some good directing as well. The shot composition is just incredible, but I do think it clearly does go to 7. Maybe I need to rewatch the Batman. Maybe like when it comes out on digital, I can properly look through every scene. Like, I love how meticulous 7 is. There's so much foreshadowing. There's so much little details. I did rewatch the Batman and there are a couple details that you get, but I think 7 really does win this. But yeah, that's the video. And here's the final chart. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you disagree with anything, feel free to leave a comment. With this one in particular, I do think there are a couple categories where I could be swayed in either direction, but if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, be sure to subscribe, and thanks for watching.